Welcome to ComSpark. We are live in Cambridge, Massachusetts at MIT, attending the Chief Data Officer Information Quality Symposium, where the world leaders in data have gathered. My name is Matthew Duramo. I am your guest host today. Joining me is Kalem Sessions, VP with AEEC. Kalem, appreciate your time today. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to be lobbing a few questions over to you. So I'd say with that, let's just kind of jump right into it.
Okay.
Perfect. So who is AEEC and how did it get you into the world of data? What draws you to it?
So AEC originally started with environmental and engineering type professional services. At the core of those services, very data oriented, very data centric. Over the years, we've grown and expanded to where now we're involved with smart city initiatives with like Internet of Things type concepts, and also with blockchain technology, where we have our environmental and engineering portion of our business as well as our IT portion, data center of our business. From the environmental and engineering perspective, we see a lot of promise. A lot of data is generated, specifically in the environmental field, do a lot with contaminated groundwater. These are sites where contamination is present and thousands of millions of data points are generated for these sites. And the typical way people have been handling this data is the trusted Excel spreadsheet method and manipulating the data. But we see a role for predictive analytics, artificial intelligence helping us at these sites to be able to project in the future. A lot of these are very costly, they're cost liabilities. So the better we're able to predict and understand what we can't see in the subsurface and understand what's occurring there, the use of data and technology is something that we can leverage and utilize to gain advantages and drive these sites to where we can get them to what we call closure or cleanup.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if I read the agenda correctly, you're moderating a panel later today.
Yes.
And that is specific around the use of blockchain in data governance, healthcare, and the conversion of AI and blockchain, correct?
Yes.
So help me or explain, if you will, your company and how it got started down that journey.
So AEC, we are a founding member of the San Diego Supercomputer Center Block Lab. And our approach there is we've formed a consortium of academia, government, and industry. We are developing a prototype for utilizing blockchain technology for Medicare and Medicaid fraud prevention. So we, AEC, we hold federal government contracts with centers, with the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services and with the Department of Homeland Security, or excuse me, Human Health and Services, sorry. And so with those contracts, they provide us a vehicle by which we are able to bring solutions to the government platform using very patient-centric data that's available to Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services and for the Department of Department of Health and Human Services. So what we are doing is we are implementing Ethereum smart contracts, and we're using blockchain modeling, and we're utilizing data from patients, from healthcare providers, and from insurance companies. And so what we're doing is we're utilizing we're executing the smart contracts verification functionality, and we're tracking medical claims against the services that the patients receive. And then as that's occurring, the blockchain technology, we're able to again identify we identify any anomalies in the data or process, and then we're able to flag that using blockchain technology. And so the intent with this is that we're able to predict, or rather prevent fraud, rather than it being reactive after the fact that it's occurred.
Wow, wow. So what are going to be some of those most challenging barriers with respect to using the data that's being generated? And at the same time, what value is this going to create opportunity-wise?
Yeah, so the technology's there, the adoption, having organizations within themselves being able to collaborate, being able to share data, legacy data, and being able to, again, instead of being competitive within an organization, having data separated, being able to get it in a collaborative form. But definitely the value, being able to be more predictive, if you will, rather than reactive. And also, with data, where we're going with information, how do people have confidence in data? For example, artificial intelligence. Sure. One big topic of discussion in society is climate change right now, as an example. What if you have two different artificial intelligence that arrive to a different conclusion? Can artificial intelligence be biased? I don't know. But how can we have confidence in that information and the conclusions and trust in it? I think that'll also be something of interest as we move forward.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I appreciate very much the time today. Really, really great to hear your insights on some of these things. Wish you the best of luck here at your upcoming panel. And again, appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
For more information on today's interview, please visit comspark.tech.